this nomination came, to me, it was unexpected. This journalist from Time called Billy Perijo reached out via Signal and said, "Hi Rose, we got your number from here, and we are nominating you for the Time 100 Next list. Hakuna award, there's no financial award, but just the opportunity to interact with have you seen the names on that list?
Yeah.
So just the opportunity to be in the same
space, yeah.
In the same space with such people.
And this is the One Mic Show. Beyond the streets, the internet has become Kenya's new frontline, where the fight for accountability and free expression is now playing out. Now, Njeri, while creating your digital tool, did you ever at one point sense that online activism itself would one day be treated as a national security threat? Or was did all this came as a surprise to you?
All of it came as a surprise to me, and it's a way that the government is using the law to intimidate us. Because before my arrest, everyone was being arrested for dissent. For political reasons. That's what I mean. Was being arrested under the Cyber Crimes Act.
Okay.
After my arrest, they started using the Terrorism Act.
Wow.
So now if you're in the crowd of people who are agitating for change, if you're out there and they catch you, they'll say you're committing terrorism, which is an insult to the law, the Terrorism Act. It's an insult to that, because there are actual terrorists right now in northeastern Kenya. There's a government official publicly, this is information that's in the public domain. There's a government official who is arming the RSF in Sudan right now. And isn't that more terror than someone going to the streets to say, mumetufinya sana. Like, we don't have money. Here you are taxing us. Here you are passing laws that are literally against the constitutions. It's illegal. Like, there's freedom of expression. How are you passing something that then curtails this freedom of expression? So is it illegal that I am saying, apana, you cannot do that? But then now, for these people who are arming rebels, for these people who are allowing terrorists in Northeastern, nothing is happening to them. You see, so when they are abusing these laws, what they are doing is giving us fear. And even right now, if something actually happens, like currently, there's two men, Nick Oyo and Bob Njagi,
yes,
who have been missing. But right now, you cannot tell people to go to the streets because they know very well utashikwa uwekwe ndani for terrorism. The bail is 300,000 in an economy that is not working. Where are you going to get that money? There's people who've been inside the cells from June 2025 till now. They were being released maybe last week by a few NGOs that work in that space, where they've been in cell for those months, for like 100 days plus, just maybe because they were in the crowd. Wrong place, wrong time. You were walking to the shop, but there was a crowd somewhere, and now when the police captured people, you're one of the people who's been captured. You've been slapped with terrorism charges. How are you going to convince people right now to go to the streets for Bob? People are scared. So their fear tactics have worked.
Wow, so this is clearly, so this is clearly an intimidation tactic. Even that idea of coming at you with 15 DCI officers is an intimidation tactic, so that you can go tell your story, so that anyone else who thinks about doing something like that, they get scared. And I think this has been common. I remember even Kina Boniface Mwangi were also arrested under those terrorism charges. So we're living in a very scary space. And I want to go back to the moment the world caught up with you finally. how did the Time 100 recognition actually happen? Was it a call? Was it an email? And what went through your mind when you realized your story had just gone global? Njeri.
Okay, first of all, during my arrest, the story went global, like at that point, because there was a lot of correspondence I was getting from journalists from major news agencies. So, however, this nomination came, to me, it was unexpected. This journalist from Time called Billy Periggio reached out via Signal and said, "Hi Rose, we got your number from here, and we are nominating you for the Time 100 Next list. We are considering you for the Time 100 Next list." So I was like, "Yeah, sure. You let me know what you decide." And then I look it up and I realized, oh, this is actually a big deal. The names that are there from, the previous years, we've had four Kenyans before me. The Time 100 Next list started in 2020 or 2021, not so sure. And there's four Kenyans. Someone called Kennedy Odede, who does an NGO in Kibra and most slum areas called Shofco. Then there's Crystal Asige, the super senator in the current government. And then there's two people who I never remember the names. I'm so sorry to them, but one sued Summer Source, the company that was exploiting Kenyans for AI when they were looking for AI content, when they were making AI, that is, and she sued them. And then another was in the environmental category, like in the environmental space. And then now I'm the fifth Kenyan on that list. So I realized that it's a big deal pretty quickly and started hoping I'd get it. Yeah. And yeah.
Wow, that's quite compelling because because I was even assuming you were the first Kenyan there, and I'm glad to know the ones you mentioned. I did not know that Crystal Asige is also on that list. So good to know. And that Time 100 honor, what so besides the honor, like once you've gotten the award or the honor, what does it come with? Like are there any perks that will help you elevate what you're already doing? Njeri?
Yani kuna brown envelope.
Akuna award, there's no financial award, but just the opportunity to interact with have you seen the names on that list?
Yeah.
So just the opportunity to be in the same
space, yeah.
In the same space with such people, and there's other activists to do things that are aligned to what I do. There's activists in health, in the environment. There was even the first woman to, I don't know, send something to space or something like that. It's brilliant people. So just being in that space, I think to me is the perk, like getting to meet these people, share ideas, see how we can, make the world a better place for everyone. So there's no money, there's no physical gifts or whatever, but there's that recognition that what you're doing hasn't gone unnoticed.
Okay, and that in itself is good enough.